bones. Feet to hands, the current flows. Low breath turning hidden tones. Spiral wakes beneath the stone. Quiet steps on temple floor. Echo fades, becomes the core. No resistance, nothing forced. Every motion finds its course. I don't chase the striking line. I let timing realign. Center held and softly drawn. Night dissolves into the dawn. I don't force the blade to sing. I breathe, I turn, I spin the ring. Orbit steady, thread made whole. Spiral riding through the soul. Feel the current slow and deep. Roots beneath me never sleep. From the ground into my chest. Wave returns, the path is blessed. Hands like clouds but weighted true. Every arc connects me through. Blaster stance but calm within. Fire quiet under skin. Ether pulse a distant guide. Wolf of light that walks inside. Not a raw but steady flame. Calling out without a name. Zora, wind across the frame. Golden thread that shift the lane. Sight cuts clean and wide. Still point vision, nothing to hide. Careless stone and ember slow. Pressure builds but doesn't show. Orchid light in prisms bends. Every edge dissolves and mends. I don't force the blade to sing. I breathe, I turn, I spin the ring. Orbit steady, thread made whole. Spiral riding through the soul. KCA living in the flow, not a strike, but letting go 8 directions. All aligned, Cuban sphere within the mind. Silk unwinds, but never breaks every step. The body wakes, low fuel frame, but finely tuned. Moving like a quiet moon. Nova City far below. Neon river softly glows. Still I stand in silent art. Whole world turning in my heart. No more racing every thought. All the battles gently taught. Simulation finds its end. When the breath and body blend. I don't force the blade to sing. I breathe, I turn, I spin the ring. Orbit steady, fully whole. Spiral written through the soul. Silk brilliant through my bones. Now the signal fully known. Feet to hands, the current true. Everything returns to you. Hangs low in the turning field. Nothing fixed and nothing sealed. Foot meets ground but never stays. Every step rewrites the space. Center quiet, breath held deep. Not asleep but not in reach. World expands without a sound. 8 directions spinning round. Front dissolves into the side. Back becomes a place to guide. Lines that looked like walls before open up into a door. I don't meet the force head on. I step aside and let it run. Half turn waste, the path is bent. What was heavy loses intent. 8 corners in the sphere. Every motion drawing near. Not a map I have to steer. Just a center held sincere. 8 corners in the sphere. center, grounded base. I don't chase, I change the place. No sharp clash, no rigid block. Time expands between each clock. What looked fast begins to slow when you feel the underflow. 8 corners in the sphere, every motion drawing near. Not a map I have to steer, just a center held sincere. 8 corners in the sphere, nothing random, nothing unclear. When the still point settles here, all the angles reappear. Like a wave that never stays. I don't hold it, I don't fight, I just let it change its height. When the circle folds to 1, there's no battle left to run. Not 8 paths, not even 2, just the space that moves you through. Neon rain on a hollow frame. Stomach knots but I hold the lane. Steps get light when the tank runs low. Every ounce has a place to go. Hunger hums like a hidden wire. Not a weakness, measured fire. Trim the motion, cut the waste. Leave a clean and narrow trace. Famine engine, quiet and lean. Runs on breath and what's unseen. Not full power, not full flame. Still it answers when I name. Jaw unlocked, shoulders fall. Smallest reset saves it all. Micro turn at the edges slip. Hold the line with the fingertips. Soar wind through the ribcage slow. Teaches where the breath should go. Not too deep, not forced or wide, just enough to keep inside. Eyesight when the vision blurs, cuts the noise, confirms what's sure. Last inch clear, don't rush the hand. Precision holds when strength can't stand. Kilo weight in the lower base keeps me grounded in the pace. Even weak, the root stays true. Stone remembers what to do. Orchid light in fractured sight bends the strain into something right. Edges soften, angles mend. Break becomes a place to bend. Famine engine, still it runs through the nights and starving suns. Not restored but never gone. Keeps the spiral moving on. No big swings, no borrowed show. Angle wins where force won't go. Half step early, weight release. Let the pressure lose its teeth. KCA lives in the seam between the want and what I need. Take just enough from the moving line. Return it clean, don't cross the sign. City glass in tired eyes. Neon rivers cut the night. I don't chase the louder wave. I keep the pattern that I gave. So the last inch, seal the arc. That's where form survives the dark. Not the strong days, not the best, but the ones that pass the test. Famine engine, low but true, finds a way to carry through. One clean breath, one clean step, that's the code I always kept. Slow, drive slow, I let it take me. Gravity soft, doesn't break me. Step lands light, healed and roll. Spine stack clean, I feel the hole. No rush in the way I move. Nothing extra left to prove. On swing loose, timing right. Breath stays low, steps feel light. Center line, drift, body in sync. Didn't even stop to think. Downhill signal, smooth and clean. Like I stepped into a different scene. Centerline drift, quiet control. Every step already knows. No performance, no display. Still the eyes just drift my way. Wing cuts off through the street. Hood low shadow overheat. Foot to hip to shoulder line. Everything lands right on time. Didn't try to change the frame. Didn't even play the game. Still the moment turned its head. Felt it more than anything said. Zero-Flow in the moving air. Light touch shifting everywhere. Nothing forced, nothing held. Just the way the body fell. I align in the subtle turns. Tiny angles, clean and firm. Every inch already placed. No correction left to chase. Killer weight in the quiet bass. Keeps the rhythm in its place. Even light, the root is there. Grounded without looking like I care. Orchid glance in the passing light. Catches edges, bends them right. Little shifts no one can name. Still they feel it just the same. Center line, drift, body in sync. Didn't even stop to think. Downhill signal, smooth and clean. Like I stepped into a different scene. Centerline drift, quiet control. Every step already knows. No performance, no display. Still the eyes just drift my way. Didn't hold it, didn't stay. Just kept walking through the day. Signal fades, but something stays. In the space I move that way. Static builds in the quiet space. Nothing happening, mind still races. Small sound turns into 10 more lines. Every path splits into designs. Who, what, where, why, again. Loop it once, then loop it 10. Worst case hits before it's real. Best case flashes, fades the feel. Branches going without a root. Every thought trying to compute. Run the scene from every side. No clear signal left inside. Simulation engine running, overclocked with nothing coming. Spinning threads I didn't choose, every path I try to use. Simulation engine running, noise gets loud from almost nothing. If I don't take hold of it, I get pulled inside the script. Stop. 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 Breath drops low into the chest. Cut the loop before it nests. One clean inhale, no drag, no force. Exhale, longer reset the course. Soaring clears out the frame. Slows the spin without a name. Just enough to break the chain. Not to fight it, just regain. Eyesight cuts through the noise. Finds the one line I can choose. Not 10 paths, not every fear. Just the signal that is here. Killer root in the lower base. Pulls me back into my place. Wave returns, the body stays. Stops the drift inside the maze. Orchid bends the broken thread. Turns the loop into a thread. Not a trap, just raw material. Something shaped, something real. Simulation engine steady. Now the system's running ready. I don't stop the thoughts from forming. I just choose the ones I'm holding. Simulation engine steady. No more loops that pull me heavy. I direct the scene I'm in. Let the cleanest path begin. Not every noise deserves a turn. Not every spark deserves to burn. Let the extras fade away. Keep the one that holds the day. Still point lives behind the eyes. Even when the chaos pressure shifts, but there's nothing there. Not a wave I'm trying to chase, just two flows moving through the same space. Wind writes lines I don't have to see, body reads it naturally. Fingers trace what never stays, still it feels like something stays. Two flows crossed on a passing line, didn't need to make it mine, didn't need a name or sign, still it settled in my mind. Two flows crossed and moved apart, no claim made, no pulling start, just a moment clean and true. World moved on but I felt it through. City lights in the glass reflect every face a passing effect. Eyes meet once then drift away, no story forced into the day. NPC eyes but I don't play, still I move in my own way. Not a role I have to prove, just a signal in the groove. Soil wind in the open hand, teaches what I don't command. Let it pass, don't close the grip, that's how you don't lose the shift. Eye of sight in the subtle glance, reads the field, not just the chance. What appears is never all, still I see enough to not fall. Calorie in the moving frame, even light the base remains. Car keeps rolling, body stays grounded through the drifting phase. Orchid bends what might have been, turns it soft instead of thin. No attachment, no regret, just a line I won't forget. Two flows crossed on a passing line, didn't need to make it mine, didn't need a name or sign, still it settled in my mind. Two flows crossed and moved apart, no claim made, no pulling start, just a moment clean and true. World moved on but I felt it through. Back, the air is gone, still the signal carries on. Not in touch, not in sight, but it moved me for a night. Didn't hold it, didn't stay, let it pass and drift away. Some connections don't repeat, still they land exactly clean.
Sound carries through the trees, engine far but it reaches me. Not close but not too far, line gets drawn where the signals are. Why, what, it starts again, branches splitting into 10. Every path a different end, if I chase it I descend. Pause. Drops low into the chest, cut the loop before it nests. Not a threat until it is, read the field, don't make it is. Read a line, leave no break, panic in me. I don't need to prove a thing, I move clean through everything. Read a line, leave no tyrant signal in me. Not the hunter, not the prey, just the that fades away. Feet stay soft on forest ground, wake goes quiet, makes no sound. Eyes go wide, don't lock ahead, feel the space instead of dread. Soar a wind along the skin, tells me what is moving in. Shift the angle, not the pace, let the current show the space.
Eye of sight in the
the flow. Walk it bends the rising thread, turns the fear into what's red. Not the story I obey, just a signal on the way. Engine passes, fades to black, no collision on the track. What could have been never came, because I never played the game. Read a line, leave no prey, panic in me. I don't need to prove a thing, I move clean through everything. Read a line, leave no tyrant signal in me. Not the hunter, not the prey, just a path that fades away. Forest still but I remain, same calm body, same clean frame. Threat or not, the rule is true, stay aligned and pass it through.
Flux field dome, soft pulse rhythm, I walk alone. Reservoir low, but I keep the line. Spine stays tall by design, not by time. Street light bleed in a neon haze. Each step cuts through the face. Shoulders loose, chest unlocked, breath conserved, system clocked. Low flux, high spine. Storm in my face, but the signal still shines. Didn't wait for a perfect run. Walk through rain like it's already won. Low flux, high spine. Quiet steps, but the rhythm aligns. Even drained, I don't resign. Hold the line through a thinner line. Drop pull hits in the lower core. System flags, but I don't ignore. Might grow intake, not right now. First I breathe, reset the how. Inhale, soft, no force supply. Exhale, longer stabilize inside. Step by step, no overreach. Keep it close within my reach. Sorrow wind at the edge of flow. Guides the path where pressure goes. No resistance, let it pass. Less control is how I last. Higher sight through fractured light. Cause the noise selects what's right. Not the chaos, just what's true. That's the line I'm moving to. Okay, the root in a slipping grid locks the base where I once slid. Weight drops down, structure holds. Even light, the frame is controlled. Orchid prism in the storms divide. Breaks the gray from the inside. Colored threads through doubt and strain. Rewrites meaning inside the rain. Low flux, high spine. Storm in my face, but the signal still shines. Didn't wait for a perfect run. Walk through rain like it's already won. Low flux, high spine. Quiet steps, but the rhythm aligns. Even drained, I don't resign. Hold the line through a thinner line. Spectrum bends, light returns, but never depends. Didn't chase it, didn't claim. Still it burns without a name. Engines pass, brief I trace. No disruption to the pace. No display, no need to prove. Still the presence cuts through. Flux field hum, I'm a steady tone. Marks the rhythm I made my own. From storm pressure into glow. Same clean line, just moving slow. Low flux, high spine. Storm behind, but the signal still shines. Didn't need it to stay or repeat. It was enough that the moment was clean. One more block, one more breath. That's the rule I never left. Even low, I keep it true. Walk it out, I make it through. Door slides shut, noise cuts clean. Different air in the smallest scene. Body drops from the outer pace. Finally feel my own bass. Pack set down, weight released. Tension fades, just a piece. Not all gone, not all fixed, but enough to start the shift. Sanctuary reset. Let the system breathe again. No more running every line. Let the quiet realign. Sanctuary reset. Low light, steady chest. Not a win, not defeat. Just a place to recomplete. Water runs, steam lifts slow. Heat returns where it can go. Skin wakes up to something real. Not the fight, just how I feel. Food comes in not too fast. Let the body learn to last. Small bites don't overload. That's how I refill the code. Soar wind in the deeper breath. Softens what was held in stress. Not a push, not a force. Just a calmer in the course. Sight in the mirror glance. Reads the frame without the stance. Not the flaws, not the strain. Just what's left and what remains. Keller root in the standing still. We returns without a will. Even rest has formed a key. Grounded while I finally breathe. Orchid light in the softened room. Turns the space into a bloom. Edges fade, tension bends. What was sharp begins to mend. Sanctuary reset. Let the system breathe again. No more chasing every thought. Just the space I always sought. Sanctuary reset. Low flame, steady chest. Not restored, not complete, but enough to feel my feet. Sitting quiet, no demand. No need to fix or understand. Just exist inside the frame. Let the silence say my name. Not a throne, not escape. Just a pause the body takes. Then I rise when it is time. Stronger for the slower climb. Palm reads lines I never drew. Small marklet where pressure grew. Not a sign I had to chase. Just a shift I learned to place. Balance speaks before it breaks. Weight reveals the hidden stakes. Not the push, not the show. Just the inch where systems go. Kazushi starts before the move. And the breath in how you choose. Tiny change in angle made. Whole world turns without a blade. Kazushi break. Quiet turn, less you force the more you learn. Shift 1 inch, change the frame. Everything's a different game. Kazushi break, don't collide. Empty space opens the side. Take the line, don't overstay. Touch then guide it on its way. Heal the ball, then let it roll. Spine uncoils, connects the whole. Waist leads hand, elbow sinks. Timing lies between the blinks. Feel the tilt inside the stance. Where they lose and you advance. Not a strike to make it loud. Just a path that slips the crowd. Slower breath at the tipping point. Softens where the lines annoy. Never not too deep, not held tight, just enough to time it right. Eye on the final inch, seize the scene, you never flinch. Cut is clean without a scar, take just what the openings are. Kill a root in the underflow, keeps the base when pressures grow. Even like the ground is there, weight drops down through empty air. Orchid bends the broken line, turns the loss into a sign. What resists begins to give, that's the place the shifts can't live. Kazushi break, quiet turn, less you force the more you learn. Shift 1 inch, change the frame, everything's a different game. Kazushi break, don't collide, empty space opens the side. Take the line, don't overstay, touch then guide it on its way. Glows when timing's true. Not a power, just a view. Read the tilt, release the need. That's the point where actions lead. No big swing, no heavy claim, just a shift that ends the game. When the balance starts to fall, you were there before it all. Kazushi, already done. The motion even begun. Rain is still, city hums low, empty core but I still go. No reserves, no hidden flame, just a body trained by pain. Stomach tight, signal thin, learn to move without within. Every step a measure cost, every breath I never lost. Grip the ground, don't waste a drop, got the motion, never stop. Less is more inside the frame, zero flux but still the same. I don't wait for power to rise, I align and optimize. Every inch already mine, if I read it right in time. Zero flux, still I move, nothing left but what I prove. Body wired, clean and sharp, every beat a living arc. Zero flux, I don't break, every step is what I make. No reserves but still I climb, I become the perfect time. No explosion, no display, just the path and quiet sway. Minimal but fully there, cut the noise without a flare. Shoulders loose, the spine is set, all the angles paid in debt. Hands don't chase, they intercept, every line already kept. KCA inside my bones, learned it walking all alone. Not from fuel but from design, every failure turned to line. Brain keeps falling, I don't slow, that's the only way I know. No excess, no wasting breath, turn survival into death. Zero flux, still I move, nothing left but what I prove. Body wired, clean and sharp, every beat a living arc. Zero flux, I don't break, every step is what I make. No reserves but still I climb, I become the perfect time. No more waiting, no more doubt. Every weakness mapped and routed, system built from what I lack. Now there's nothing I can't trade. Faith the wolf behind the frame, not a roar but steady flame. Guiding lines I learned to see, not a head, just part of me. NOVA pulse, system clear. goes quiet, signal thin. Breath goes soft beneath the skin. No more force and no more strain. Let the silence map the lane. Feather light but cutting true. Air remembers what to do. Paths appear when none were drawn. Guided through before the dawn. I don't run, I don't chase, I just drift and hold my place. Every line begins to show when I trust the undertow. White eyes glowing in the dark. Silent wings redraw the arc. Not a voice but something clear, pulling through instead of fear. Noctivane, lead me through, show the path I can't brute. Every step already there, hidden lines inside the air. Noctivane, calm and slow, let the unseen currents flow. Not ahead and not behind, just the rhythm in my mind. Mirrors form in drops of rain, every surface holds a lane. Turn the angle just enough, find the road inside the rough. Softest motion, deepest cut, every option opening shut. Not by force but by design, routes unfolding line by line. Breath aligns and vision clears, past dissolves without the fear. Future stops its pulling weight, only now can navigate. Noctivane, eyes of night. Every wrong becomes a right. Not correction, just reveal all the past I couldn't feel. Noctivane, quiet guide, every world is laid inside. If I listen, if I slow, there's no place I cannot go. Spiral drifting, feather trace, no resistance left to face. There becomes a written map, slip between each timing gap. Dimensional, flicker phase, different routes and different ways. Not a jump, not a tear, just a shift already here. An OVA, soft display, navigation, stable stay. Every signal tuned and light, system breathing through the night. Noctivane, lead me through, show the path I can't prove. Every step already there, hidden lines inside the air. Silk runs quiet through the spine and back again into the hands. Hands return it to the center where the turning always began. Every step feeds into motion, every motion feeds the next. Nothing wasted in the cycle, every line already connects. Weight drops low, then rises up, then falls back into the frame. Frame expands and pulls it inward, never moving quite the same. Circle building into spiral, spiral tightening its hold. What was scattered finds a pathway through the structure I control. I don't strike and then recover, I am always in the flow. Every action is a carry from the movement just before. Waist turns first and arms follow. Breath expands and settles in. Force is never thrown away, it just returns and moves again. Silk breathing through the body, never stopping, never forced. From the ground into the center, from the center to the source. Every thread becomes a current, every current finds a way. Nothing breaks inside the motion, it just changes how it stays. Foot to hand to core, core returns it to the ground. Ground sends back a different answer every time the line comes round. Not a loop that traps me in it, but a system that evolves every time. structure, every path becomes resolved. Spinblade orbit matches rhythm, not ahead and not behind. Every ring aligns to motion, every layer tracks the line. Outer edge and inner engine both responding to the same spiral written through the metal like the pattern in my frame. Extends the motion, soft expansion through the arc. Eye to sight refines the pathway, cuts the angle in the dark. Halo root keeps everything stable when the pressure tries to climb. Orchid bends the shifting layers so they're realigned in time. Nothing starts and nothing finishes, it only transforms shape. Every movement feeds another, every loss becomes a gain. I don't build from isolated force, I build from what returns. Every cycle writes the answer in the motion that I learn. Runs quiet through the spine and back again into the hands. Hands return it to the center where the turning always began. Now the spiral moves without me, I just stay inside the flow. Not controlling, not resisting, just becoming how it goes. City lights stretch out beneath me like a memory that never quite let go. Every window holds a version of a life I almost learned to know. I can see the pastor walking through the rain. I used to stand inside, same weight sitting in the body, just a different way it tries to hide. I thought time would move me forward like a current I could ride away, but it bends around the patterns that I carry when I choose to stay. Every step I ever took is still alive inside the way I stand. Every line I tried to leave just found a place inside my head. There's a silence in the distance that feels louder than the city noise, like a space between decisions where the self no longer needs a voice. I don't fight the older versions, I just let them drift across my sight. They don't need to disappear for me to find.